Hello there, I'm Martin Rowley. I'd like to tell you about the style and content of the talks that I can deliver to cruise ship passenger audiences. 1960s motor racing and Stirling Moss. I give an in-depth look at the world of 1960s motor racing, a magical step back in time at the Goodwood Revival, the largest in-period motor racing event in the world, now in its 25th year. This talk includes an account of Stirling Moss's record-breaking win in the 55 Mille road race in Italy, the record which is still unbeaten today, and examples of the massive growth in the classic car market, what to look for at classic auctions, finishing with a mock auction to involve and entertain the audience. Let's look at electric cars. Are they just a passing fancy or here to stay? An overview of the industry, its aims and shortcomings, looking at some of the myths that surround the electric car, this new mode of transport, which can actually trace its history back to 1834, believe it or not. A history of the electric vehicle, its concept and the dominance of world battery production, which will dictate who is in control of supply and our world economies. Will it be superseded by other forms of propulsion? When will this happen? Let's look at some of the latest ideas in the automotive market which may make electric vehicles a thing of the past. The history of the world and the British motor industry, split into 9 talks so you can choose your favourite. Find out what happened to the brands you grew up with, how they evolved and where they are now. The fortunes of the entrepreneurs, designers, chancers, gamblers and conmen who have made the British motor industry what it is today and what it will be in the future. We look at the unique developments in the European motor industry. We look at the innovation and technical developments from the Far Eastern motor industry. And where would we be without the style and influence that dominated the American motor industry to the present day? Does our UK criminal justice system really work? An interesting and informative look behind the scenes of the prosecutors, the courts, prison and probation, and a view of how they do or don't work together to make our streets safe from criminal activity. Let us compare the UK system with others in the world and see how we stack up. The results can be alarming. Ask yourself the question, who do you love most, your family or the taxman? Let's take a look at inheritance tax and the ways you and your family can simply and easily avoid estate tax and your demise. Gang wars in the UK, a frightening time for all. Going back in time, the story of the gang wars of the 1920s in Sheffield and Glasgow, how the cities were powerless to resist the power and control of the gangs, until Sir Percy Sillitoe was appointed by the government at the time to smash the gangs with the special flying squad of tough, no-nonsense police officers, whose motto was, "Get your retaliation in first." Sillitoe's promotion to be Director General of MI5 and working with J. Edgar Hoover in Chicago, and the creation of Scotland Yard's Flying Squad, and more, plus the current feature film to be made on the subject. This is definitely the greatest story never told. Air Ambulance Helimed service throughout the UK and Europe. The Air Ambulance service, how it operates and how it could save your life, and how the problem of building helipads for hospitals is being solved at no cost to the NHS or the government. Can a drinks can save your life? Some of the unbelievable transfers of critically injured patients to a hospital trauma unit, giving you comfort wherever in the world you may be, should you suffer accident or injury. Clay target shooting, a fun day out or leading to the Olympics? I take an overview of how the sport has developed from having a bit of fun with friends to a global following and international competition leading to Olympic medals. We dispel the myths and prejudice behind shooting and guns today, and how this sport could be for you as your new hobby and pastime. Maybe even try it on this cruise today. How to survive open heart surgery, a beginner's guide. A light-hearted look at what you need to do to get on with your life after major surgery. How to cope with a life-changing experience and how the medical professions are making heart surgery just another simple procedure. Please note, no blood is spilt or pain experienced in this talk, but it could save your life and your lifestyle. We hope you've enjoyed the quick tour of my varied presentations, which I know will entertain your passengers on future voyages, and you'll afford us the opportunity to become part of your team. Thank you for your attention.